So I've actually done more transfer-wise since the season began than I did in pre-season. I'll get you caught up. I also felt weird not being in the bottom right. I'll see what the feedback is and I'll adjust accordingly. Just bear in mind I'm recording these well in advance. I can't remember if we did Mike Beereth or not. I think we definitely covered the fact I was trying to get him in. He's really good for this level. I think his overall star rating is let down by other factors, because he's ridiculously good for this level. This guy was a free agent, and whilst right back wasn't really the biggest problem we had, kind of too well-rounded for me to ignore. I also thought I might be getting rid of Jake Caprice just because he had a year left on his contract. Nobody wanted him. It was one of those situations where I kind of either needed a centre-back or a right-back because we've got a backup player who can play both. Just means the backup player is now going to play more centrally rather than at right-back. Sweeney, number 3 there. Also kind of felt we did still need another centre-back. I also still felt like we needed another centre-back anyway, and for no pounds a week, Baba Fernandez is on loan as a squad player from Nottingham Forest. Didn't really see why not on that one. 6'3", tackling's lacking, bottom end of his mentals is lacking. Not super fast either, just a kind of solid 3-star backup defender. I'll take him for nothing. Kind of similarly, Brandon Fleming at left back, although he will be the starter. I've got him as a squad contract level, but he will be the starter as a 4-star player for this level, apparently. Not the best physicals, but the mentals are competent and the technicals are fantastic. Great tackling, great crossing. I could play him as a complete if I so desired. He does have that in his locker. Nothing below a 9, and that's just technique. And balance and dribbling are the only 10s. Everything else is 11 or higher, which is fantastic for this level of football. Then after sorting the depth of my defence, I dealt with the depth of my defensive midfielders, of which we were still a little bit lacking, and I got a bit desperate because we'd maxed out our 5 loans. You can have more than 5 loans, I just didn't want to have to deal with swapping in and out of the matchday squad, because you can only have 5 per match day. I went out and bought Fouad Soulé from Larne. I've still got a midfielder on my radar as a free agent, as deadline day's gone. Hopefully he'll get more desperate, but wasn't even willing to come on trial, that guy. But £80,000 is a lot. I reduced the payout for cups. That gave me the 80 grand, in case you're wondering. Financially, we're still doing quite well, to be fair. Wage budget's bang on the nose. We've still got 30 grand in the transfer budget. We're also top of the table, and now predicted second. Those transfers have shot us straight up the table to being predicted second now. Tyler Morton also appears in the Media Dream 11. We technically have the best 2 players in the division, according to the key players list. As you saw there, 4 wins and a loss. Harrogate, the most recent game in the league, was the loss. 3-1 away from home. They scored 2 late goals, so annoying. We were ahead in that as well. But a 2-0 and 2-1 away win against Leyton Orient and Barrow respectively, and a 3-0 home win against Bristol Rovers are the other 3 wins in the league. We also beat Cheltenham, League 1 opposition in the Father Jonathan's Trophy, so not going too badly so far. But Forest Green today is first to be third. I'm still going to do 2 games. The lineup for Forest Green today, we're still going to do the Scunthorpe match. I was raised to be a Lincoln supporter, so I will try and beat every Lincolnshire opponent I can, and convincingly, if I can. But I've also realised I still actually have 6 loans here, because there was 2 here already, 2 out of the 4 that I got. Kind of forgot about Kieran Phillips. If I'm honest, I kind of forgot he was a loanee. But it's an easy thing to deal with, particularly once Sam Stubbs comes back to take that first choice role in central defence. For now, I'm going to have to just deal with Diabate, who's not good. We also have an injury to Grounds, who would be there ahead of Diabate on the bench if necessary. But Sam Stubbs will take that role, of course, the starting role, once he returns from injury, which will force Sweeney to the bench, who will also be my right-back backup at the same time. So Dawson in goal, Fleming, Hartridge, Sweeney, McLaughlin, Morton and Soulé. Ironically, Timothy Diang's upset at being replaced by Morton, technically actually replaced by Soulé now. Oh well. Collins, Giovanni Brown, who's just been better than Marcus Barnes, Jay on the left and Beereth up front. And Soulé also needs a number. There is a 6 available, you can have it. Didn't actually get a number 9 in, because we don't have a starting striker of our own. So I might just switch to the left-hand side for the games and games only. I just feel weird being on the left as standard, just because I'm looking in the wrong direction. I also don't want to block any important information that you can see, as Hartridge scores from a corner. Jay, the architect, I think there. Still using my old corner tactic, and it's worked there as the goalkeeper's flapped quite a lot. I do still think that the sort of selling point of that corner tactic is the man on the short option that pulls a defender away. I think that's still like the key part of that, because I think it pulls away one of the people who might contend with the person actually getting on the end of the cross, the corner. But the ball goes in again, and Jay's at the back post. He's hit the crossbar with a strong header, gone back out again, but probably the highlight, McLaughlin cannons it off a defender. It's a corner. which of course we now know are still very threatening. Brown puts it in from this side and Hendry does get it and will actually possibly be there first. Sule, no, decides that he probably should be doing the defending. Fleming throws it forward to Collins. Fleming whips it in. Brown's at the back. It's going to be knocked out to Tyler Morton, who's in a bit of an opposition, really. McLaughlin. Inwards, Beereth, point blank block. Brown to whip it in from this side. Sweeney, over. Did get to our player, though. Quite highlight heavy in these first 13 minutes as Jay gets that really woeful throw in. Good news for Forest Green is our passing still wasn't also up to scratch, so they got it back briefly as Jay keeps it sensible and gives it to Fleming here on this left-hand side, who really just makes a mug of that defender for the time being. Morton, not a great ball in. We'll go as far as McLaughlin, though. McLaughlin's turn to move inwards, and Brown has a good run. Not the best of finishes, obviously, otherwise it would have been a goal. Fleming plays it sensibly to Morton. Jay, this is a great first touch, actually, work there. Apparently that's a penalty. Not sure on that one, but we'll take a free option to get a goal here. Option to get a goal. Nobody's ever referred to a penalty as an option to get a goal. Opportunity to get a goal. That's probably where I was trying to get with that. Opportunity, you plonker. Anyway, Jay buries it. And we've had 2 XG in the first 30 minutes, partially because of the penalty, but partially just because we've been sensational. Sweeney doesn't get on the end of that one. Sule, I have no idea whether his name needs to be pronounced Sule or Sule. Just because I'm used to saying Sule from Newcastle, I'm going to stick with Sule. McAteer charges forward. Stevenson, Hendry, Matt, Stevens, Gordon. Just 3 first name surnames here. I know Stevens is plural, but still. Matt, Gordon to Matt. Feels like I'm being really informal with the commentary right now, just because they've all got first name surnames. One of our own, Jay, to Fleming. Jay, back again. Is dispossessed, but gets the ball into Beereth somehow. I think it came from Fleming, actually. It did, yeah. All happened so quickly in that corner. There was a dispossession and then an immediate fire in. Let's watch this properly. So Fleming gets a pass off to Jay here, who is dispossessed by their number 2, I do believe, who just gives it straight to Fleming, who first time drills it across, and Beereth, straight away, instinctively, far corner. Beereth is far too good for this division. McLaughlin. Rotherham wanted him. They never put a bid in. He could have gone to League One. Just to give you an idea of how good Beereth actually is for this division, I have considered Beereth as a backup for my Bundesliga team on Twitch. He's 2 stars. He's rated 2 stars in comparison to my Bundesliga squad. But I did still consider him as an option. And it's 4-0. We've scored again. But that's how good Beereth is. Genuine contender to be a rotation option for a Bundesliga team. And that is ridiculously good. I didn't realise it was a chip the first time that went in. Such a good run as well. Just falls it long enough. And this, filth. 4 goals, 4 scorers. And Forest Green are meant to be 3rd here. They won't be after this weekend, that's for sure. But possibly also helped by largely rotating against Cheltenham. As it appears possibly that Forest Green didn't. Jay whips this ball in. Sweeney, not quite. He can't believe he's missed that. I don't know why so many lower league teams play 3 at the back, he says, as he's playing 2 Volantes, but feels like a weirdly over-technical... Don't know why. I just feel like everyone in League 2 should just be playing 4-4-2. I don't know why, that's just a weird assumption I have. Everyone's playing well, so 15 minutes on the clock. We can get some people off for fitness purposes. Morton can have some time away. Atangana can come on there. Just going to bring Nombe in the middle, just so then I can, once I get the option to click tactics again, swap him with Matt J. Hopefully this works. It does indeed. There we go. I could probably take Brown off as well here. Yeah, let's do that. Marcus Barnes for Brown, as they want me to bring Fleming off instead. Sorry, assistant manager. We can go off attacking for sure as well. Last 10 minutes, no need to be so aggressive. Nombe to Jay. I'm somehow losing my voice. Beereth. McGee tips it over. It's a corner though. Barnes to whip it in. Not quite. And the final 10 minutes passed without incident. 4-0. 4-0 it was at half-time. 4-0 it was at full-time. One of those days where you get the job done in the first 45. Sutton continue their charge and Harrogate win away at Mansfield, which definitely means we have lost to a contender when we played them, seemingly now. If I remember rightly, actually, in real life, Harrogate had a good start to this particular season. I think they had a good start to last season as well and then dropped off. Just in this press conference, because there is a question about Matt J coming up, I'm pleased and I remain confident of keeping him here. Thank you very much. No matter how deep I am into a save, if there's a question about one of my players and their future, do the press conference so your assistant manager doesn't accidentally let them go. Or promise that anyway. I see no real reason to change the lineup for Exeter here, we have had a knock to Atangana in the background, so Nacelle joins the bench as basically the only other midfielder we've got. Josh Key also adds to the bench, coming back from injury. But that's it, just bench changes. First 11 still exactly the same. Slowly winning the players round in the dressing room. The Scunthorpe kit in-game looks really weird. I don't know if that's what it looks like in real life, but what have they done if so? Oh, they should switch back to the left, of course. Collins in their goal. Hoofs it forward. The Scunthorpe kit's reminding me of a sweet of some kind, and I can't quite place it. It's annoying me. Beerith with what would have been an excellent goal. Had it gone in? What is it reminding me of? But Scunthorpe in real life having a horrendous season and might join Grimsby in the Lincolnshire Vanarama contest, but not quite sure how well Grimsby are doing to get out of that. Sule's been battered there by a person ironically called Hackney. Giovanni Brown with a free kick. He's hit the bar. Sweeney's offside to poke it in, as we can tell by the fact Sweeney kept his arms down when celebrating. Oof. Wasn't by much, actually. Felt like it probably was more. Brown on the corner. Whips it in. Morton in the back post. It went all the way to the back. Very rarely see that in this year's game when I've told them to do it near post. Maybe that's just League 2 levels of corner taking. I'm just used to Marvin Platter not whipping them in precisely every single time for Hanover. Apparently I can say I don't like what I saw. Go ahead. It's 0-0 away from home against a team that are currently mid-table, even if their real-life counterparts are doing woefully. Their virtual team is doing okay. Fleming with an excellent dispossession. Partridge to Sweeney. Sule to Giovanni Brown. McLaughlin on this right-hand side. Charging forward. Back to Brown. Dinks it into Collins, who may be offside again. His arms have been staying down. I'm not confident. It's offside again. It isn't offside. The line's a massive lie there. Blimey. Match Engine not dealing with that correctly, clearly. In those situations, I trust that the Match Engine's actually got it right. It's just the visuals that they've shown have got it wrong. Not the lines, I think just the positions of the players are wrong. Because Collins there was directly in line with their left centre-back, and that nearly goes in as well, and Delaney nearly passes it in of his own regard. But yeah, you saw with that offside decision there, those two players were directly in line with each other, the attacker and the defender, but the lines were about a foot apart. As Collins does another great save to keep that out. Giovanni Brown, whip this in, gets to a Scunthorpe player, and that was it. 64 minutes on the clock. Consider changes. Beerith on a 6.3. Not really feeling it right now. The quality of Beerith, even though he's on a 6.3, one of those players I just don't feel comfortable taking off unless he's absolutely broken physically. Burns just walks past Sule there. Thankfully, Sule wasn't the defender, and we dealt with that. Beerith now. Back to Sule. Outwards to Jay. I did think that was about to be intercepted, but we've still got possession. Jay to Fleming. To Morton. Inwards to Collins. Sule's there waiting. Out to the right-hand side now. McLaughlin on the ball. Gets the ball into the middle, and this time Collins is definitely onside, but also over with the header. Another chance goes begging. All right, he's terrible, but Nacelle's coming on in the middle. And Beerith for Phillips. I just kind of feel like if I get him a bit of game time, maybe I can get that potential back up again. I don't know, maybe I'm just wasting my time with Nacelle here, but Jay was tired quite early on, so Nombe's going to come on for him. I just wanted to keep that quality out there. Too late for an encourage, but I've done one anyway. As at the very death here, got a highlight. It's Scunthorpe in possession as well, which has me super concerned. Hackney. Forward to Sinclair. Haven't really seen anything from Scunthorpe in this game either, so this is the first thing I have actually seen. And Nuttall nearly nicks it. 0-0, we were on top, but I will take a point away from home. I'm not... Whilst there is mild disappointment we haven't won that game based on the play, I'm not upset at a point. We maintain our position at the top. Sutton join us after beating Stevenage, and Crawley shoot up the table as well. Seems like Harrogate lost their game or haven't played their game. Harrogate must have played a game yesterday or something because they're not on today's list of matches. It's a question about transfer policy, so I'm going to have to deal with this again. It's just about whether or not we'll want to keep Dawson. Yes is the answer. It's been a while since I've been in League 2, so I don't really know which matches to bring you. I'm not sure how this season's going to unfold, but I do know that Salford were predicted to be first, so that could be a good tie to do along with the FA Cup first round that follows it. So whilst it might be a bit of a gap in game till I see you next, if this goes out on time as I plan to on Friday, I'll see you very soon the following Monday. Until then, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that jazz. You know the deal. Until then, ta-ra.